How you doing, Mayor?
We were just chatting about what his future plans are for the next 2 years. Even though he's not running for a re-election this year, obviously he has 2 years left of your term. What are your future plans for the next 2 years? When it comes to early voting, it's been all over the news about how the lines have been so long. What was early voting like in Lafayette and West Lafayette? Really, for your lack of shaving, I hate to call you out on that, but you have a great reason for it. Can you tell us a little about why you haven't been shaving? No Shave November, but there's more to it. Relationship with the Lafayette Mayor Rzorsky. I know that you guys come from 2 different political parties, but you have managed to have such a great relationship. What advice would you give the next future president when it comes to crossing party lines? I'm joined here by Frank Dooley, the Purdue Vice Provost for Teaching and Learning. Mr. Dooley, enrollment rates have been through the roof. What do you give this credit for, and what does this mean for the future at Purdue? That have worked on this production tonight are not in STEM majors. What is the future like for our students who are not in STEM majors?
Well, it's a good question, and it's a question that bothers me, all right?
I know, I knew I was going to push your buttons a little bit.
Pushing my buttons is a really good thing. That makes this fun.
You have worked with the political science department for over 20 years, so politics have changed in that time, and how have they changed? How have you seen them change? And because of this, how has your curriculum had to change? The Purdue University Department of Political Science has 24 faculty, 45 staff, and 200 undergraduate majors. Not only is it known for its award-winning faculty, but also for unique forms of research. Charges have been filed for the 4 Purdue football players accused of sexual assault. The investigation for Purdue is still ongoing. We are joined by Purdue President Mitch Daniels. Daniels was elected governor of Indiana in 2004 and his first bid to any elected office. A couple weeks ago, I met with Rosalie Clausen and political science student Allegra Aguirre just to see what makes the political science department at Purdue so special. Take a look. Behind me stands Elliott Hall of Music, the nation's largest college auditorium. However, most students know it as just a place to take exams, but there's so much more to the history than that. After a solid sophomore season, Thompson is now being called as a leader for his own team on and off the floor. Our own Tommy Barrett sat down with Thompson to discuss this season. Welcome to Fast Track. This week we're coming to you from the Industrial Roundtable at Purdue Memorial Mall. I'm Molly Shaughnessy.
Have a drink or two.
That's right. In the basement of the Union, just before homecoming weekend, the 1869 Tap Room debuted Purdue's only on-campus bar. We sat down with the Associate Director of Catering to find out more. On average, Indiana experienced 21 tornadoes a year. Even though it's a rare occurrence, it doesn't hurt to be prepared. Here at Purdue, the main concern is safety for the students and availability of resources to alert them of severe weather. Reporter Sheena Steffen has more on the story. This past weekend, Fast Track producer Trevor Peters went out to Washington, D.C. just days before the election to meet and interview Brian Lamb. Brian is a Purdue alum who founded C-SPAN, and he is also the namesake of Purdue's Communications School. Enjoy the sit-down interview with Trevor and Brian Lamb. $1, you were able to either get a donut or a button. Other activities included making your mark on a sheet sign that symbolized the pledge to not harm the people you love. This year's Purdue Dance Marathon 5K had over 200 participants, which is an increase from the PUDM 5K last year. Not only were there student participants, but local Riley families were in attendance as well. Students have been preparing for election night months in advance, not only in the classroom, but also out in the field.